Hey, you guys, I'm doing this because believe it or not, I actually recorded a message earlier. And the phone did one of those things where about 5 minutes of the message you can hear, all of a sudden it just did the silent treatment. It did that to me one time before. So rather than be embarrassed to put it on there, I'm going to go ahead and do this quick prompt two thing. Sunday, I got a notice from YouTube that they took off, they basically shut down one of my channels. Now, they've censored me before. I've been on social media since 2013, and I've had more harassment over the last year and a half than I ever had in the full years that I had before this. Apparently, I violated some of their, I guess, misinformation or violations. I guess I might have been reported because I was talking crazy to a lot of these social media platforms that was basically taking videos, splicing together, lying, promoting narratives that were not true at all. And the sad part about it is that a lot of people don't understand that you need context in order for you to believe something. And what happens is many times they do these videos, they don't even let you hear what the other person is saying. You assume it by basically how the title of the video is. And then they go around, they go through great care to frame a narrative on maybe a few second clips and stuff like that, add a lot of trimmings and stuff. I hate that with a passion. And every once in a while I'll see that and I'll respond. And the thing about it is, it's a lie. And I've said this over and over again to people that are close to me. If you're going to do something, make sure you get all your facts together. A lot of people watch news on one side. I take the time to watch news across the board. I mean, because that way you know if somebody's telling the truth or not, because anybody can stretch stuff. But what I've seen is that the news overseas seems, because they don't have no political agenda, they seem to be more on the ball than the people here in the United States that are supposed to be looking out for us. So so again, when I see people up there lying and getting views, likes, and subscriptions by manipulating whole groups of people. Some of these have in excess of thousands of subscribers. One of them has an excess of 1 million and some change. Manipulating people, promoting hate and everything else like that, and finding all the dirt and trying to get people emotionally charged so they can say stuff. And I realize that a lot of times I may not be able to save everybody, but somebody might get the message. And I'll basically put statements on there saying, stop lying and stop manipulating people with your videos. And then sometimes I'll copy and paste videos from other news sources so that way people can get an alternative. I guess YouTube had a problem with that and decided they was going to do it. Now I was smart enough to only do that on primarily on one of my channels, so they shut it down. But and then and when I was looking at something that Brenda had sent to somebody from Kent Christmas, when I went to look at it, I noticed that the video was no longer in circulation because they shut their channel down. I'm pretty sure they got more than one channel. You ain't gonna shut people down. We listen. You ain't gonna be able to do that. They it's probably like again, like I said, it's probably some kid who was picked on in high school, bullied, and now it's payback. Got a little teeny weeny piece of power, and want to just control people's free speech. He ain't been alive long enough to know. He or she have not been alive long enough to know what any of that means. So I'm here. That's why you see me still sharing stuff because nobody's going to stop that. I'm going to always have a voice. Now, for the misinformed, dumb, stupid idiots that took the opportunity to do that, guess what? when you start going into territory like that, you put yourself in a very dangerous position when you start trying to stifle men and women of God. I'm trying to enlighten people because I don't like people being deceptive, being deceived. I don't like that. And it's sad that when you see people give thumbs up on something and they don't even have all their facts together. And then I've had some pushback from people. They want to talk crazy to me, but I do my research before I say anything. A lot of people don't do their research. I do mine. I mean, I'll download documents, I'll look them over. It makes because a lot of people who have a platform, they do it based upon a lack of knowledge. They get little bits and pieces of information and they run with it. That's more misinformation than the stuff that they're trying to do. They're trying to stop me from talking about COVID and everything else like that. I mean, life has changed in a different way. And some people are okay with that. And some people honestly don't know that there's a lot of suppression that's going on right now. But as you can see, I've got backup. Now, I'm not going to tell everything that I need to say, that I want to say. I would say it personally to people that I would talk to, but I'm not going to give these whatever they are any knowledge. Sometimes it's better to keep some aces in a hole. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to give you an update because people don't know this stuff is happening. There is suppression and censorship. People's Facebook accounts have been censored. I mean, and shut down. The only difference between, I mean, a lot of people are getting paid by the stuff that they do is by YouTube. Since I'm not, I don't have to kiss any tail. I can say what I need to. I'm not worried about them cut. I mean, holding up money for me because I'm not getting paid by YouTube. So I don't. God is big, and the ones that did this to yours truly, they're going to find out just how big God is, because I got the word on my side and I got the promises of God on my side, because we have to be facilitators of truth. We have to call it out whenever there's injustice and people lying and manipulating. And some people say, well, maybe Pastor Young, you should just leave that alone. That's the problem. That is the problem. People want to kiss up the folks. I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna find a way to say whatever I need to say, and trust the Lord that eventually that it's going to work out for my good. I mean, because what's going to happen when people start persecuting you directly and doing physical bodily harm to you? Right now, they're trying to censor people and silence people. And some people are just tipping to the tulips. They don't even know half the stuff is going on in our country right now. They don't even know it. And quite honestly, they don't care. But it is what it is. I'm still here. I'm smiling. God is moving by his spirit. We're seeing signs, wonders, and miracles. Stuff is happening. The move of God's taking place. And enemies come just to get defeated. Just think about that. Enemies come to get defeated. Now, again, like I said, as I get ready to close this segment out, I had to do it because something happened to my phone again. And 5 minutes of the message was good. Then all of a sudden, it was silence. My mouth was running, but I mean, but nothing was coming across. So this is an impromptu thing right now. Like I said, we'll we're gonna still produce our videos. We're still gonna pray for the sick. We're still gonna see the supernatural power of God. Who knows? One day I might end up starting another venue, a social media venue. But don't hold me to that just yet. I got to take some time and pray about that. But the word of the Lord's going to get out. God bless everybody. I'm in good spirits, but I just wanted to let you know what's going on. We'll be talking to you again in the very, very near future.